with me. Hopefully, they will let me fly the drone here. They did once before, but everything changes. The monks take their privacy really serious. The fox, or the wolf, is actually still sleeping or biting a bone. But in the meantime, we make these videos so you don't have to. All right, so let's see. Am I worthy enough to pass? So this is we have these two little statues right here. All that wolf is eating his bone. Hopefully he turns around. Too bad they don't have like, hey, wake up, little guy. So am I worthy? So we got some statues here. Hopefully they won't eat me or throw me to the dogs, right? Free me to the wolves. Um, but it's amazing how these animals can self-regulate the temperature. We're actually at the Buddhist temple. Really beautiful here. Again, they take their privacy really seriously, but if you say hello and you're courteous to them, they might let you take off. They did once. I have this one over here, little noble fella. And you have get some tourists here. You can take pictures inside. Again, we're live at the Chow Yen Monastery. Really beautiful place. This is where I would stand and take that money shot. Sometimes you really don't need to, but from higher up, especially with the Mavic 4 Pro, some that Mini 5 Pro would probably be ideal, but that thing still hasn't moved yet. That that wolf, um, wolf, and it's probably well fed. Anyway, um, we're just having a look over here, these little statues. It's like we get to go to Asia without leaving the continent. Kinda neat, huh? But I actually came here. If they say yes to the drone, we will live feed the stream. We'll be live in the sky. But yeah, the animal's still sleeping. No one's here as of yet, but it's really beautiful inside. And when we go inside, we'll have to be really quiet, hopefully. Anyway, this is it. I'm gonna throw in the towel. I'm not gonna YouTube anymore. I'm going to and have them shave my head and live here. No YouTube, no internet, and can't sleep in anymore. I'll be what do they call it? Sleeping in every day. No, praying. There is no sleeping in once you come here. Gotta wake up and pray. Wake up and pray. The wolf, wake up, little guy. Oh, look, he moved his head. He moved his head. Oh my god, that's so mild. This is really nice. We're just, trying to engage with nature as we keep you entertained with nature. Were we worthy enough to pass the wolves back there? Yeah, they're kind of like these big statues of these dogs. Kind of reminded me of Ghostbusters, but here we go. You get to, um, it's like going to Asia without leaving the continent. We make these videos so you don't have to. So hopefully they let me fly the drone. The plan is to go in here, right? And if they say yes to the drone, we're just gonna live stream that. Wolf still hasn't moved as of yet, and again, they take their privacy really seriously. Well, what I plan to do is, here, I'll just show you from behind me. Uh, ask them if I could take pictures, and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, you can take pictures." So then wait a bit, and then, "Okay, thank you, that's great." And then tell them my selfie pole is too short. I'm like, "What?" Yeah. Anyway, there we go, right there. Okay. Well, we had so many people stop in, and everyone just left. Don't worry. Uh, the bells are really nice. For whom the bell tones. So this little guy over here, a statue. And they all have names too. They were all somebody at some point in time. Uh, Kalapax Thayer, and here's some coins there. Really nice statue though, but the wolf still hasn't moved as of yet. Um, again, we get to visit Asia without leaving the continent. What up, man? Hey, yo, man. Hey, the Galatas. Hey, this is the Chow Yen Monastery in upstate New York. We're hoping that they're going to say yes to the drone. They did the last time. I came here one time. I helped them move like these pots and flowers, and I got some pollen on me. But and then I came another time and I helped them move some stuff from their tea. Hey, what's up, bro? Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Um, I came here another time to help them move some, they were like, "Oh, you big and strong. Come, come." And then he brought me to the back and they like, "Can you help us move this?" And I was like, "Sure, I can help you move it." So I thought they wanted to throw out the dandelions, but apparently they're like, "No, no, no, that's our tea." Apparently, the dandelion, the weeds, they use as tea. Very beautiful place. As long as it doesn't rain, we'll be able to take off with the drone. Again, it's a monastery, a lot of monks here. Uh, so, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, that's it. I'm not going to YouTube anymore. I'm done. You ever see those videos where they say I'm done? This is it. I'm done. I'm going to shave my head and become a monk, and that's it. No more social media. No more. Uh, no, I'm just kidding. But look at the wolf. The wolf still hasn't moved yet. It'd be nice if the cameras rotated and we can see a little more of this guy sleeping. He was gnawing a bone earlier. If we go inside, it's closed. Oh no, it's still open. They have 1,000 Buddhas um in here. There's a statue called 1,000 Buddhas. This is really nice. But the wolf still hasn't moved as of yet. Um, what's the best food? Probably um rice, um, dim sum. I love actually I used to come here for their coconut water. Amazing, amazing coconut water. And you can have unlimited as much as you wanted, as long as you left a donation. Um, but dumplings, my favorite soup dumplings. So this is where we have to take off our shoes. I have to close myself, right? Uh, they have slippers. The wolf still hasn't moved yet. Cost chances wolves. Now they don't take too kindly to social media, but we'll be all right. But pictures are allowed. There's a gift shop. The wolf still hasn't moved. I don't think they have slippers my size. I'm a size 15. They're beautiful. I'm just gonna take off my shoes, leave them right here. Let me know when the wolf wakes up. Mm. All right. I'm just gonna come in. Thanks. Wait till we go inside. The wolf still hasn't moved. So there are 1,000 Buddhas in there. These little statues. I can't zoom in because I'm live streaming, but the wolf is sleeping. Right. It's really cool. Yeah. Wow. So in there, it's like 1,000 of them. They usually have flowers over here, but it looks like they have um not orchids. I forget what they're called. But right there, you can see the little Buddhas. There are 1,000. Many over 1,000. Probably a little plants. And we can give you offerings. Donation for the monastery. Oh, nice. Oh, orchid, that's what it is. This one's really nice. But the wolf still hasn't moved yet. Come on, wake up. We'll probably check out the monkeys when they come live later at 5. So we got right now. It's beautiful. The wolf is still sleeping. Cold, but it's really cool. Beautiful. Really beautiful. The gift shop might be closed if no one's in there. Look at the wolf. We get entertainment of nature, and we also get on Monday and Wednesday. Okay. Bye. ，Are pictures allowed? Can we use camera?
You have to ask her. She's
What was- Are we allowed to take pictures? Oh, are we allowed to take pictures outside? Yeah? Okay.
I think it's okay.
Outside's okay. Okay. Who's in charge?
You say inside?
No, outside, outside. Can I take pictures outside?
I think you outside you can.
Who's in charge though? Who's the boss?
You go downstairs office. You
Where's the office?
turn left. Go downstairs.
Okay, I'll go down. Thanks. All right. That's too funny. Pictures are allowed outside. It's funny. They were like, her. They're all the Asian ladies. Ask her. Then they person's in charge. The person's in charge. That's too funny. Yeah. So we have to go down to the office. Do you guys work here? Or?
Oh no,
Oh,
it's visit.
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna go down. Thanks. All right. If the office says yes, then we're good to go. I'm using the iPhone. Yeah, it doesn't have stability or streaming, but the entertainment's not going to be me. Well, the entertainment will be me in a bit. But right now we're watching The Wolf. But hold on, I gotta go talk to them in a little bit. All right. No, I'm actually at Chuang Yen Monastery. And you know, uh, 2 years ago, Mr. Lee was here, and I was allowed to take my drone off here. So if you want to fly your drone in private property, you you need permission to take off. Now I could, even though they said no, I could launch my drone from the public highway and then just fly into here and transition. But so Mr. Lee's here. Mr. Lee actually got fired. Apparently, Mr. Lee would let you fly your drone here. Oh wow, the wolf! Oh my God! Oh, more than one. What the hell is that? What was that thing? I missed it. Wow, look at that one. The white one's really nice. Oh, they've moved the cameras. Awesome. Anyway, Mr. Lee would let you fly your drone here. You just like give him a tip and give him $20. But apparently Mr. Lee got fired for doing that. You could take off from public and fly over private property, but you can't take off from private property unless you have the owner's permission. So Mr. Lee's gone. It's a bummer. Yeah, but we're here. It's beautiful. We'll just kind of ground it. Again, we can launch from public and then fly over it. But we just not because remember the FAA runs the airspace, but I'd have to come back on another day because they know it's me. Um, or if you come here, right? Oh, look at the wolves there too. If you go here, um, during the day and you find monks on the property, they'll give you okay. But you always have to ask. But no, I'm not in China. But we get to go to Asia without leaving the continent, which is really nice. It's beautiful here. Love it. But look at the wolves. Oh my God. Amazing. Finally, I'm glad they moved the camera because it was getting really disappointing watching the back. And then there was another thing. I couldn't see what the other thing was over there. It looks really, if you guys were watching, let me know what that was because it's really cool. That they finally rotated the camera. It might, yeah, so Mr. Lee's not here. I miss him. Sucks, man. That's all right, though. We still have memories from other pictures we took. This is the process you have to go through. Again, you can launch from the public. Look at that. It's really nice. Oh, look, he's looking at us too. Someone's zooming in. Finally. Oh my God. We got to see the wolf. Sweet. Wow. Cancel there. Gotta love it. We make these videos so you don't have to. We get to be in nature, explore the wild. I was gonna tell them that my selfie stick was too short. But he did share that um they just tell you to come down, but they already know me, so they already asked. Well, I've seen people park their car here and then just launch their drone and go back in. Um, Mr. Lee. There's like stupid. Anyway, it's beautiful. Look at that. We might go visit an old mine. You guys want to see an old mine? Anyone want to see a mine? We climb in and go for an adventure. Let me know if you want to see the mine. It's beautiful here. Um, watching we just saw the inside. Again, it's like visiting Asia without leaving the continent. We can still get to stay here in North America and see beautiful places like this. A lot of times when you travel places, oh, look at the wolf. They zoomed in again. Wow. The dog's life. Literally, it reminds me of my dog at home where all the dog does is sleep. Oh, I think he heard me. He like opened his eye. Wait, is that? We couldn't see what that was. Like, that is food? Do they give them livestock? Really nice. I wonder if someone's working the camera. Um, really nice. But again, no, I'm not in China. I'm just using the iPhone. This is a new feature that YouTube has enabled where you could get to do your thing while watching their thing. But some of these videos, these animals have a sedentary lifestyle, and I thought it was going to be in the wild, like one of those documentaries by Nigel, what's his face? And so as we watch the life of a wolf in captivity, as you can see, there are two, Romeo and Juliet. Anyway, yeah, so this is beautiful. We get to see the beauties in the wild and architecture in the wild. Except, damn it, Mr. Lee, Master Lee. I should have said, I'm here to see the master, the master, the great one. There are other things around here to see. There's a library, there's a prayer hall. Um, but I'll still come with the kids. We like coming here once a year, but see, this is where you would launch from. Launch your drone from here, and they don't have any drone detection. It looks like the groundskeeper. Local. But yeah, again, you can launch from the property, and that's probably why guys do that. Launch from the parking lot, go up, then come back down again. But look, the wolf around. The wolf is like watching us. This is really nice. There we go. Money shot right there. But we got one. We got one. That's two. That's three. But the woman was like, we have it on our website, no drones. Um, yeah, so this is the approach. This is what you got to do. You got to ask, and if they say yes, great. If they say no, then no means no. But you can take off from public, because remember, the airspace is run by the FAA. The FAA controls and regulates. Um, but if you launch from the highway, not highway, the road, let's say the road, little alcove area, you what you call it? You have VLOG. So then you're then you're basically now the FAA is like, where's the drone? Really nice. I'm glad they keep rotating the cameras out. That's a good thing. And again, I'll give you guys a tour as you walk in. There we go. For those of you who missed it, so I like that they're zooming. I wonder if these cameras are being manned in a little room by you know, the what you call it, the camera guy. Um, so this is how it looks over here. Like I said, it's like you can be in Asia without leaving the continent. Oh, look, one, two, three. We got more wolves. They really are packed. Look at that. They look warm too. How the hell? They look, I guess because they can self-regulate their body temperature, but they look really warm. Um, I'm standing outside with my phone, and you guys are like, "What kind of camera is that?" It's shaking because it's cold. It doesn't have rock steady. It's an iPhone, but I'm not the object of desire. The object of desire, are actually, those wolves. Look at these two little wolves right here. Am I worthy enough to pass? Can I pass? I guess I won't be worthy. Lou, what's up, Swedish Forge? I'll give you the tour again. Did you see? I gave up. That's it. I'm no longer going to be YouTubing anymore. This is my last video. I sold everything. Right now, I'm going to get my head shaved, and I just passed the entrance of worthiness. I didn't get eaten, but there are wolves up there, and we're going to pray. I signed the papers, and I gave them everything. They got to keep my computers and my drones, and now I'm walking the passage of entry. And prayers at 5, and we eat. We already ate. We had lunch, and we're just gonna live the life of a monk. And yeah, that's it. I've always wanted to be a monk. No. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not in China. That's what I keep telling everyone. This is like a what you call it? It's like you get to visit Asia without leaving the continent. We're still here in North America, but this is the Buddhist monastery. I don't know where the Buddhas are. We just asked them if I could fly my drone, and they said no. I have a picture from when I flew here before, but Mr. Lee is no longer here. Mr. Lee got fired. You would think a place where they have sanctuary, they would have like a noble approach to the man who would break the rules. Oh, look at the wolf. The wolf is looking at the camera, making sure we're still here. So 2 years ago, I came here, and Mr. Lee was here. And Mr. Lee, for a slight fee, would let you take your drone up in here. You $20, but apparently it's a lot. And well, I guess Mr. Lee made a killing. Well, the money was supposed to go here, so now they have no jobs. People do park down there, and then no one would know if I took off, but I already asked. S and, no, that's it. Check it out. Look at the wolf. Oh, finally, they moved the camera again? No, the wolf. They really need to put a camera on the other side so that we can watch the wolf, like, from the front so that we don't just get their butts. Um, but it's really nice though that they oh, wait, I think they spoke. The wolves maybe they have audio and the wolves can hear. Wow. Well, unless the wolves are watching our live stream and they can see the elephants. What do you think, Swedish Forge? You like it? Should I go inside? You want to see the inside? You want the tour? Um, you ever see those back in the day when you were younger? The kung fu movies that used to come on Sunday? The other one picked up and left. Really nice though. Okay, I'm gonna go. All right, this is like, what was it? 57 degrees north. Remember that? Do I go inside or do I go back into the car? Since they said no to the drone. The woman said we can take pictures. So, little bummer. Mr. Lee, where are you? I wonder what Mr. Lee's doing now. Now that he's not like, taking uh, requests, 20 bucks here and there. Oh, this is really nice over here, though. To let you take your drone up. It's different times now too, you know, times we're in. But again, you can take off from public and fly over private. If you take off from private, you need to take off from public to fly over private. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We still have a lot of videos coming up with the drone footage, and that's why it's beautiful. Though, look at the bells. For whom the bell tolls. I wish I could zoom out though. The wolves are still sleeping. This is a new thing that YouTube's doing. A reaction video. You get to see, except you're not seeing my reaction. My plan is to take you guys somewhere and let you guys watch. I'm gonna go in. Let's see. I have to take off my shoes though. And the wolves are still sleeping. Oh, I could be like that guy in the documentary. As you can see, the wolves in its natural habitats are sleeping right now because they just had a hearty steak, a yummy, delicious treat that should bring them into the night and keep them content with the sedentary lifestyle they live. Hold on, let's see what we have here. Just gonna zoom out again. It's beautiful though, really beautiful. But when we go inside, there's like 1,000 monks in there. Swedish were just laughing. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna zoom in. I have to take off my shoes though. I spilled gasoline on my sneakers when I was filling up a gas station. I don't know if you have a car, but when the gas tank is full, if you pull out the nozzle a little bit, you can still get another 2 gallons or even 1 gallon in there. But you gotta do it slowly. So I'm gonna just try to squeeze that extra 2 gallons in. You gotta leave your shoes at the door. And there's a statue of 1,000 monks in there. Monkeys come by at 5. Maybe we'll leave the monkeys for tomorrow. You have to be quiet. Wash your hands. Don't touch anything. Stay quiet. So in there's 1,000 monks. See, the wolves are freaking sleeping. Not a lot in there, but I can zoom in. You see how many monks are there? Please do not put coins or anything on the statue. Pay respects to the Buddhabatas. Not sure what that is. And made a video. No, I haven't made a video how to get gasoline in your car. No, but I'll share that experience. But I want to see where these statues are. Before the Buddha went to Burma, he pointed out where are the statues of someone who has accomplished the four base spiritual powers can live for a kalpa. Yet, okay, one day the demon king, yeah, we are, that's not, we're still one of the kings, the four noble truths. Okay, well, not really. They won't let me fly my drone here. So, um, yeah, here, I'll let you read the four noble truths. But okay, they're all here on the wall. You can pause, but the wolves, oh, they zoomed out. Oh, look at the other one looks like, I thought it was a boar. Um, but I want information on those statues. Finally, they can't look at the big one. The big one looks like a vicious one. Kind of like this one right here. Beautiful. Let me see. Uh, doesn't say. You would think they would put it right there. Um, I don't see it. Hmm. You can make a donation. Yeah, it is, right? It's a big Buddha. The wolves. Oh, wow, look at their den. They moved the camera. I didn't see the den before. Maybe they zoomed out. You have to keep me posted on that. Um, but I think you're allowed to walk around in there. I just can't go in. You just can't touch anything. Not that I would touch anything. He's like, they should put something right there where you can see what the story is behind those 1,000 Buddhas up there. I think we can zoom. Oh, here we go. Ooh, all up there. Wow, all hand carved too. So you can go around. See, they said don't put money on the statues, but I can take it. Yeah. But people still do it anyway. Usually they put fruit to prove they're like to worship the god. There's $1 right there. I even offered to make a donation. I was like, I'll make a donation. If you let me. But they're like, nope, that was Mr. Lee's thing. Mr. Lee would take a donation and let you fly your drone here. Because I showed them the picture. I was like, hi, I was here 2 years ago, and there was a gentleman here that let me take a picture with my drone. And I was like, that was probably Mr. Lee. He no here no more. Like, damn it, Mr. Lee. Miss you. Bring back Mr. Lee. Yeah, it's beautiful. Let's go take a look at the statue one last time. And there we go. It is big, right? It's huge. No one. Bummer. Anyway, maybe we'll go check out a mine. An old mine not far from here. Come back tomorrow. The wolves. Look at the wolves, though. Amazing. I want to see what kind of dinner they eat. What are they feeding them? That was nice in there. Well, Mr. Lee's no longer here. I'm just gonna put on our shoes. It's still beautiful though. I once back in the day I knew someone and she was like, come with me to yoga. It'll be really cool. The Dalai Lama, whatever the guy's name was, some sort of spiritual leader was supposed to be there. And I was like, okay, cool. That sounds fun. And it was like a yoga session or yogi. The yogi was in town. This was in New York City in Union Square. The yogi was in town. Everybody got to see the yogi. He gave his spiel about reaching true enlightenment and how, in order to reach true enlightenment, you must relinquish yourself from all material things. I'm like, oh wow, that sounds really cool. Like I guess, and then I will reach true enlightenment. And then he gave a spiel on how I don't need nothing. I need nothing. and reach spiritual enlightenment. I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool. And he gave the spiel, different scenarios, like like they do on the news. You know, you get the news 100 times. They tell it different each time. So I kept talking about these different pathways to enlightenment. And eventually I start falling asleep. And then when it was over, they could pass around the bread. I'm like, "Oh," and then they pass around a basket to give what you can. And then I'm like, wait, didn't this guy just say I need nothing? And now he's going around with the basket, asking everybody to make a donation. What happened to true enlightenment? So that was the experience I had with the yogi. I remember one time when I was in Morocco, though, I met the nomad. Nomads, the guys that just walk around the desert. They know where the water is. Anyway, let's have a look over here. Can we see? Oh, we can see, unless we're this way. No, I'm not from India. No, but I do. I just do an Indian accent. Uh, I just, I just remember how it was when um when I saw the yogi. Was it the yogi? I think it was the yogi. I don't know. I get confused with the yogi, the Dalai Lama. We hear there are monks, though. Here there are a bunch of monks. But yeah, that was the spiel the yogi had given to reach true enlightenment. But I'm going back to my car where it's warm, going back to my home where I have a fridge. So these wolves, the wolves were in this video. They will have reached true enlightenment because they don't need nothing except you. They're gonna eat you, and then afterwards shit somewhere, and that's it. And you will become reincarnated as a little whatever they call it, a decomposer or like a something that'll grow out of the ground. I'm not sure what'll grow out of the ground. Well, these wolves, I guess they're in captivity, right? Like and this is just their life. I was kind of hoping we would see it would be like the fish, where we can just watch them in their natural habitat, just move around, and we've done more moving around than these animals right there. And I am not an animal. Anyway, but it's still cool. It's still good. But I like they did do a pretty good thing where they're actually moving the cameras. So that's pretty clever on that end. But um then you have the dark one looks really intimidating. That one's freaking me out. That one kind of looks like the one that's not going to uh cuddle with you. I mean, they're all cuddling. Anyway, I hope you like this though. What do you think? These statues are amazing. Just wish it was still here. Some of you might be thinking, you shouldn't just ask. You should have just done it. Nah, you got to do it right because the plan was actually not just done. But that's how you do it. They say no. If Mr. Lee was here, Mr. Lee would have taken $20 and be like, have fun. And then Mr. Lee, he would stand over you and make sure no one was coming, right? And then he would what you call it? If you were taking too long, he'd walk up to you. He's like, "That's it, no more. Come down." You're like, "No more, no more. Come down." I'm like, "Okay, just one more minute," because I would take one from here, close up, and then I fly backwards. And it really the entrance. Um, but yeah, I think what do they call it? When you take the copy machine paper from work, and then you take some home, or you print some of your own personal stuff. You all using company equipment for personal gain, something like that. So Mr. Lee was using the company uh, resources for personal gain. He'd be like, sure. He'd have his own little side hustle going on. Um, what state is that? It's in New York State. Somewhere in New York. Um, in New York, not far from Carmel. It's about an hour away from New York City. A lot of people come here. It's a really popular tourist attraction. Because I found out about it. I was hiking the Appalachian Trail, the day hike, of course, but the one where you're on it for days, don't shower. Um, and I got to the top of the mountain, and some guy on his way to, I think it was on his way to Maine, and he was walking from Georgia. Hey Bob, what's up, Bob? 2025. He was walking and he asked me, do I know where the monastery is? I'm like, monastery? No, we're in the middle of nowhere. Um, why would there be a monastery over here? And he was telling me that the monastery takes in the hikers. So if you're walking and you're tired, you're hungry, and you need a place to stay, they will let you stay here. Like I don't know how long your stay could be, you don't have to shave your head or anything, but the monks are, oh, look, they're moving the camera. And you can stay here and then be on your way. But if they're taking in hikers, obviously your your journey is short. I mean, your stay here is going to be. Oh, look at their den. Your stay here is going to be short, so they know that you're not gonna like be here for the next few months. Because there is a prison nearby. Sometimes I see the police here. They've come. I think when they get a straggler, the riffraff come, then they call I think they call the police and they it's your ride. Your ride's here to your next journey, and it's not for the spiritual enlightenment. It's basically sin. Um, but yeah, you can come here. It's really nice stuff. And really, really nice. Glad you like it. Yeah, so but our cameras move more than the freaking zoo. Okay, now watching. Yeah, the wolves. I'm gonna choose another one. Apparently, this is a new thing YouTube that I got asked to take part in this, which is really cool. If you like nature, this is the "Are you worthy?" So if you're worthy, you get to continue watching the video with the wolves, and if you're not worthy, you will not pass, and you will not pass, and then you're gonna be teleported into the video above and eaten by those wolves. Okay, so am I worthy enough? Mr. Lee, where are you? I've come to see the great one. All right, let's see. Am I gonna pass through? Sweet, I made it through. I didn't get teleported to the video above and get eaten on by these wolves. All right, that's it. There is a mine close by. If you guys want to see a mine, I can come back tomorrow. We can look at the mine. It's a really cool mine. There's a boat in there too, but the mine has nothing to do with the monastery. The Swedish forge is laughing. uh, has it rained? Yeah, it rained here, unfortunately. This would be a nice shot too. The woman's like, you don't need the drone to take the picture. And again, they don't like the drones because the monks really they take their privacy seriously. Something about I guess only the great one, the great master can watch you from above, something like that. I really don't know the science behind it. But Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee was okay with drones when he was here back in the day. He didn't care about that because he was probably, you know, um, I don't know what he did with all the money. Where can you keep your money when you're like living in a monastery? Like, where do you hide it? In your little Buddha monk nesting doll, right? He probably carved out a hole in his thing and then um, or like, how do they take in the new monks? Like, how do they, your time's up. Like, what kind of, what do I have to fill out to go, paperwork to come here and live? And then you go to New York City and you hand out those bracelets. You ever see those bracelets that they hand out? And they're like, come here, it's free. And they're like, nope, $5. I'm like, what? I thought you said it was free. It was my gift. Anyway, it's beautiful though. It's really beautiful. Love it. But we're gonna go. Um, you know, this is beautiful, but should you visit a castle ruin somewhere? Oh, wow, wait, look at the wolf. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I could visit a castle ruin somewhere. Let me think for a second. I actually have a book that I wrote back in the day about all the historic ruins. Um, Castle ruins. Let me think. There is the Cornish estates. Not really castle ruins, but to get there, it's a little bit tricky. We'll have to save that for another day. But the castle ruins it was a woman. She had all this property. It was a dairy farm, and it's beautiful though. Let me think of the castle ruins. Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Castle ruins would have been the Bannerman Castle, but you need a drone to get there, and it's raining. Um, I guess I can try and look at oh wow, that dark one looks vicious, intimidating. Definitely intimidating with the other one. Um, yeah. Really beautiful. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Let me see if I can find, one of the old mines, and then I'll come live again on another stream in, like, 15, 20 minutes. Um, Take you guys for a little nature walk. Looks like I got to Long Island yesterday, go to fly, nothing. It was raining. Come here to fly. Mr. Lee's not long here, so we can't fly here. But at least we got some animals. But let me see what I can do. This was really cool. Um, Give me like another 15, 20 minutes. We'll see if we can find the creatures that burrow. We'll take you to my den. No, only if there's reception though. There has to be reception. But yeah, this is it. This is all we got, unfortunately. The wolves. I wonder what they feed them though. It'd be nice to see if they came live while they were eating or something. But they look well fed, if you ask me. And their den is amazing that they built stone. That's it. That's all we got for you today, guys, on the Nature Channel. This is great, though. It's a new thing that YouTube's doing. I'll fill you guys in on this on the next live stream. It's like a pilot program that YouTube's doing where they're implementing a new feature, um, which will allow content creators or even you yourself to engage with your audience and watch something entertaining at the same time. But I thought it was going to be the wolves, like in the wild. Like, you ever see those hunters? They have their cameras in the woods and, live feeding whatever is happening, and you get to watch animals in the wild. They're kind of in the wild, I guess, to some extent, um, but not to the extent where we're gonna watch them like a National Geographic movie and see them eat the elephant or something. I think they're being fed steak, probably donations. They take a donation and all the money. No, it's not a picture, it's a camera. So it's a camera, and they're gonna move the camera around so you can see the wolf. It looks like a picture because the wolf is just sitting there. There's another one I did yesterday where the fish, it was an underwater camera. Oh, see, look, see Bob? He moved his head. He moved his head. Lift it up. This is pretty much a dog's life. That's all my dogs do at home too. Yeah, yeah. See, look, see it? Kind of neat, huh? Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can check out another adventure that's local, especially since I'm here. Especially since Mr. Lee's not here and I can't fly my drone. But I used to come here for the coconut water. The coconut water was phenomenal. They had a whole fridge filled with coconut water, and you could drink as many as you wanted, which is what I did. And I would leave like a $10 donation. But that coconut water that they sold was really hard to find. And you could eat too. So if you were hungry, leave a slight donation. It was all you can eat. The food I didn't want to eat. Very, very starchy, very sweet, a lot of sweet stuff, like sweet buns and stuff. Um, I like spicy. But on that note, the wolf, what is Swedish for her? How far along are you on your print? I'm printing them. Wow, the Mandalorian, a and I'm not. I plan to continue next week. It's going to be a pretty big print. Wow, no, because the plan is to do that for 3D print of the week, where we'll continue. Because knowing me, I'll wind up printing something that won't work. But it works so far. We're doing good with it. Um, we just have to adjust the propeller, and thanks to you, we were able to print the propeller, Swedish Forge. And this white wolf, well, it's nice that they all sleep together, though. That's kinda neat that the wolves really do travel in packs, and that they're well fed, right? Because otherwise they'd be eating each other. So they're just waiting around. I wonder what it's like, though, to have a domesticated wolf, like, because 'cause I'm pretty sure they probably have had them since they were young, and then the person like Joe Schmo who goes in to feed them, right? Oh, wait, they're not even going after the bird. Me, I haven't done anything. Haha. Yeah, but you're ahead of me. The Millennium Falcon and the Mandalorian. My God, where are you gonna put it? Are you gonna sell it? Um, Here we are in the car. Dances with wolves. All right, I gotta go. I want if I'm gonna try and see if I can find the mine. There's actually a mine close by. It's an old iron mine from back in um and really beautiful though. And they used to mine ore for it. And it's off the side of a trail, but I forget how to drive there. You have to park in a parking lot and then get there. But then they're zooming out. I wonder if it's programmed to do that or someone's actually doing it from their desk. It'd be nice if they had a camera on the other side, though. Me, I haven't done anything. Yeah. Um, are you going there now? Yeah, I'm going to go there now. It's called the Sunk Mine. And we'll go to the Sunk Mine and see how that goes. Let me see if I can... I want to see if I can take my phone off here. I know how to get to the parking lot. I mean, I know how to get to the mine, but I don't know how to get to the parking lot. So let me see if I can do this and it doesn't quit us. I'm going to quit here, quit there. Keep as little apps open as possible. Okay? No, I don't need a shovel. I just need like a pickaxe because there's gold in there. No, I'm just kidding. There's no gold, but it could be the worst case. Hopefully, there's no wolf, right? Wolves, because it could be a wolf's den now. Could be a bear den now. It could be, like. The only thing, honestly, I don't think there are any bears in because bears can't live in there. I mean, it's too. Then again, you never know. I don't know. But I would run. Um, no, my biggest fear is not like wildlife, like wolves and bears and stuff. My biggest fear is actually, what do they call it? Snakes, rattlers. I hate snakes, and they freak me out. I don't know my snake identification, but even garden snakes freak me out too. I assume when in doubt, just assume that they're all poisonous, literally. Alright, so we're going to go to the mine now. So just hang in there. Hang in there. So it's I found it, I think I was hiking in the woods one time. I got lost. And I went to the ranger station. I was like, hi, can I just get a map to see where I was? For some reason I got lost and wound up here. And I wound up there, and then the ranger is letting me look at the map. And as I'm looking at the map, I see all these mines, and I'm like, on the map. And I said to the ranger, I was like, wait, how come my map doesn't have these mines on there? And he's like, oh yeah, that's because they don't want anybody going in there. I'm like, oh. I was like, can I get a copy of this? He's like, no. So I was lost in the woods, and there had these mines on there, and the newer maps were printed without the mines on there. And I was like, how do I get a hold of those old maps? And then I went to this bookstore called Abe's Books, and Abe's Books was able to get the fine print version of these old maps, and that's how I found, and I just explored. And I was like, now I want to go into this mine and that mine. I spent like a good 2 years exploring mines, but never got eaten or chased by a wolf. I did see bears, snakes, rattlesnakes, water moccasins, black snakes, rat snakes, many snakes, but never. I did see a bear at an old castle. Maybe tomorrow we'll go see I know where there's a castle in New Jersey. We'll see what they're going to launch when it comes to what wildlife animals. Bob, thank you. Was that from Bob? Thank you. $1. Sweet. goes a long way. I'd buy that for $1. Remember what movie was that from? I forget what movie, but it sounds so familiar. Thank you. Well, definitely that will get us back home. You know how? Because the toll is $1, which is great. All right, so now you might lose me for a started in CarPlay. I should make sure my battery's charged though. I'm just gonna plug in my phone because I can't be on the phone, but everything's sunk to the car. I'm just plugging in the battery. We're not talking, or I should get like a little hand thingy. But the plan was, remember, to go to. The plan was to fly to the live stream. Unfortunately, not now. Instead, we've got dances with wolves, and hopefully, there's reception when we get to this mine. We're in the mountains right now. But thank you, Bob. Bob, you are amazing. Bob 2025. I keep butchering that Bob's screen name. It's really hard to. It's like a mind bender, like mind twister. Bob 2025, right? Something like that. I just hope there's reception. And so that's how I found this mine. But it was hard to find because it required some orienteering. And I don't think I had a smartphone back then. But it's really easy. I recommend if you do go off the woods, you have to learn how to look for the signs. When you become one with nature, like these wolves, they're instinctual. What happens is you just turn off the heat. It's too hot. When you're orienteering, you got to know how to read the maps and elevation. You're like 200 feet, 400 feet, and the distance between here and there, using your compass, north, south, east, west. So you become like Jungle Man Jim, like Tarzan in the woods with these wolves. I think Tarzan's from the jungle, right? From the woods. Because a lot of these old places in the wild where these animals now lived were once like industrial, filled with miners and workers in the woods, are overgrown. So, like, take the trees, the bushes, the woods. It's been over 100 years, so there's a lot of growth. So now that all the growth is there, you kind of have to look for the telltale signs, literally, no pun intended, to help you find the ruins / remains. Because remember, it involves going off the trail. You take the trail to get there, but then you got to know when to jump off the trail so that you can start looking for the mine. So yeah, we'll get there in a second. Hopefully, a little bit. Hopefully, we're still actually live. It's good that it's wet too, because I think I may have missed it. No, this one isn't it. I think it's further down. I may have to sign off and start a new feed with some other animals. There's Fanstock. It's a park, but it's another park. I may have to go back to my guide and look to find. It's funny. That usually happens. From back in the day, that helps you. It's called WikiLoc. WikiLoc, I believe it's called. WikiLoc. Now I'm just passing over a lake, but definitely didn't take us where we need to go. So I'm gonna have to park on the side of the road. You guys watch these little puppies while I figure out where the mine is. Oh, for super chat. Thank you. This is great. Let me know if you need. We'll work that out. Watch the wolves in the meantime. I'm not gone. I'm looking for the sunk mine. I have to find it. I just need to go to my maps really quick. I'll be back. But watch these puppies. Yeah, I'm searching it up. Give me a sec. We'll find it. We make these videos so you don't have Um, check puppies. I can see a picture of a wolf. They're puppies, my puppies. Yeah, we got more entertainment than with me than watching these little wild creatures. Like, it's all right though. I thought we were gonna get wolves like in the wild and chasing deer, and I guess it wouldn't be appropriate though, right? Because couldn't show that on YouTube. Who's that famous documentary narrator? Niles, what's his face? And so we have the life of a wolf. As you can see, they are in their natural habitat, eating a nice steak, living a sedentary lifestyle at the base camp of some place, I don't know. Anyway, all right, so we're on our way. Sweet. Yeah, so that's the story behind the sunk mine. I'll show you where it is. It's funny, when I type in the sunk mine, my book comes up from back in the day with the trail, the GPS hiking adventures in historic ruins. And so I was like, oh wow, wait, how does the guy who wrote the book not know where to find it? Because I was young at the time, young and dumb, going into places like that. So now I can't. I was like, where is it? I know it's somewhere here. Back in the day when I was young, I went to this old mine, and it's somewhere here. I think it's this way. Oh no, maybe no. I know it's here somewhere. Yeah, kind of like that. Anyway, you'll love it, Bob. Yeah. So, well, that is later. Bob, you'll get your own separate video on the expense report and where things are with the event. All right. Knowing that and moving forward, your last investment covered your coin thingies that I sent, whatever else was in the box. But don't worry about it. We'll split the cost. Oh wow, going too fast though. Speed limit is 55 and I'm going 56. I can't look at you guys because I got to keep my eyes on the road, but you can hear me, which is great. And then you'll let me know what these wolves are doing. Hopefully so we get to be in the wild, right, with these wild animals and enjoy some real wild adventures, because who knows what we're going to see. We might see a wolf. There are wolves out here. No, coyotes. There are coyotes out here. There are rattlers. There are deer. I don't think wolves, but anyway, our turn's coming up. See, I was going to go back the other way, and it turns out I was going the wrong way. Again, hopefully we got reception, which is great. I mean, we're in a small town. It's called Dennytown, and the mine we're going into is going to be the sunk mine. It was used for back in the day, because West Point isn't far from here. And there, back in the day, there was like the war that happened in the United States. And they would mine in these mines for iron ore. That's how they kept their, they had the soldiers. Or I don't know, if you were a soldier, we don't know if you were a miner, right? I mean, you were a miner, meaning young. They called them at all ages. But I don't know, like, if you were ones who mined the mine. I think if like they're, oh wow, you have guys working the trails. Like how did they choose who was going to be a miner, and then who was going to go like in the front lines? It's kind of interesting. I don't know, where would you want to go? I probably want to go in the mine, right? Like I am right now. I'll do the mine. I'll be a miner. Me. I'll mine for whatever it is and shit you want to look for. Or maybe the front lines. I don't know. Anyway, nowadays everything's done with interstellar ballistics. But this is really cool. It's fascinating. There's a boat, so that's how deep the mine is. It was deeper when it comes to, but hold on. That part that's deeper is now filled with water. So you could take a boat and go across, and just keep going deeper. Whoa, deeper. See, I'm not even looking at my phone, and I'm looking at the road. should, like, you got to be careful, like, because the road is really narrow. Okay, I found the road. I mean, yeah, well, it's Denny Road that brings you to the mine. Wow, people come flying down here. Damn. All right, I found the trailhead. Sweet. We are golden. Wonderful. There are other cars parked here. Usually, other hikers. People usually come here to hike, and but they don't come here to look for only certain people like me crazy enough to look for the mine. Damn, I didn't understand most of what you said. It cut out, but I understand you're driving. Yeah, well, I'm stationary now. My phone is charged, and I need to turn the car off, lock my car because I got my drone in there, right? And make sure my car still starts. It's like a horror movie, right? What was it? The Descent. Sweet, we're here. And the wolves? They're dead. We're gonna go into a. Make sure you got a compass. Well, I don't, but I know these woods like the back of my hand. Make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you tell people where you're going, like that you guys know, in case something happens. Lock your car. Always lock your car, right? And aside from locking the car, make sure you put your keys in like a zippered pocket. Because the last thing you want to do is, lose your keys and then drop the trail. And also your wallet goes into a zipper pocket too. And now let's move the camera around. Oops. And start this adventure. All right. Oh, you know what? Let me get the tripod thingy. So that this way I don't have to hold the phone because I might need to climb in. Um, this is where, yeah, I wish there was, if you guys know of a camera that lets you stream, um, that would be cool. Where um you can just like connect to Wi-Fi or I don't know. It doesn't seem to exist. All right. We are going for an adventure. Up, finally, the wolf got up. Look at that. We've been walking around. What, wait, are you kidding me? Come on, man. They just moved up to the other side of the sofa. That wolf. We got more movement going on in this video than they do on their the little camera at the zoo. So it's gonna be a little bumpy slash shaky. Remember, keys go in the pocket. There's a car coming. That's okay. We're allowed to be here. It's public. It's a nature hiking trail. You just can't fly drones here. Except before I go, before we go, your car. The only thing I have to make sure is, yes, we're allowed to be here. I don't want somebody else to be here. Lock your car. Remember, we got our Starlink in there. We got our Matic Pro. This wasn't part of the plan. We were supposed to go dances with wolves. This is what I figured. Let's see. And Mr. Lee wasn't there, so we couldn't fly our drone. Mr. Lee got fired for letting people fly drones there. But it is what it is. When when life gives you, even when life gives you mustard, or when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So right now we are making lemonade. Um, so you basically what happens is, see, everything's overgrown now. So it's kind of hard to find the oh my plan was to take our drone, fly, they get a money shot of the monastery where monks were. I didn't see any monks though. Where did they go? I wonder if they just bring them here for the season, you know? Like so the tourist attraction. Come see the monks. Okay, we don't need monks right now. It's not the season yet. It's winter, so we can afford to house these guys until oh no spring. Hopefully, we don't lose reception or get eaten by wolves. But here, if we come to the lake, that means we've come too far. So see, we're on a nature reserve, parks and recreation. So here we go. See, property of New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation, Taconic Region, Stratford, New York. Use of this area is governed by rules and regulations of this agency. But where are the rules? As you park the car there, and the trucks. So what we see along here are these little walls um, with stones on it. Oh, property lines. So back in the day, the property lines were made with stones. Um, that's how people knew, where their property was. Uh, it's a little bit of a walk. Oh, look, we got a different angle of the the wolves. We're actually going to see the wolves. We're going to feed them. For those of you who just jumped on, uh, they usually eat 10 pounds of beef a day. Have to watch out for deer ticks. Um, hopefully. Huh, let me check the map. Worst case scenario, I'll come back with my GPS. That's why it's called GPS hiking adventures and historic ruins. But this is a road. Yeah, I believe there's a trail. I don't recall ever taking the road. Uh, it's been so long. If you guys look up Sunk Mine, New York, I come up because I show everyone how to get here, except myself. I don't know how to get here. I forgot. Hold on. Then you can through it. You could be like my guide. You could be like, Lou, you're going the wrong way. Lou, turn left. Lou, get on the trail. Lou, turn right. A little lag. Yeah, it's probably laggy because we call it, we're in the woods, really dense area. Not the best, you know? As I ascend up the mountain, hopefully don't get eaten by wolves or bears. We'll be all right. Just need to find the trailhead. Oh wow, finally. We got another angle. Oh my god, those are the beautiful ones. Those are the beautiful slash intimidating wolves. Um well, I wonder what their names are. I have to check the description and see, but I can't add a description until later. After the video post. It's like the Blair Witch Project. You got the map? I've got the map. Oh, you knew where we were. Wait, it's not too laggy. Again, I might have to come back. It's been so long since I've been here. Unless I can find the map online. Yeah, or back to, or download the app, the WikiLoc app that my friend made from back in the day. Hello. We can't see the wolf. You're Oh, maybe it needs time to catch up. It's possible it hasn't caught up yet. Oh, there we go. So that's there. And this is here. Yeah, it's possible. You know how sometimes there's a lag with the YouTube live stream? That's possible. Which, it takes a little bit of time for it to work magic. YouTube's funny that way. Um, yeah, unfortunately. Like we're back where we were. How did that happen? It's okay. It's just been so long, my friends, since I've been on here. I thought the trail was somewhere here. Not here. That's fine. Let me tie my shoe. My sneaker came undone. All right. Tripod standing up. Okay, let's see. Just need to tie my sneaker. Yeah, if I can download the app, but there's not enough reception. Uh, Hang on, let me look at Found it. I downloaded the app my friend made called Lock. But if you type in sunk mine in New York, I probably come up. I mean, you're probably like, He doesn't know where it is. I don't. I spent so long with it. We make these videos so you don't have to. It's an app that's built up to show you how to get there. Obviously, if you come here and I'm not here, I'm visiting Swedish Forge and in Sweden, right? You're like, wait, where is it? There's a digital version. So you don't get eaten by the wolves. Oh, speaking of eaten by the wolves, check my battery. We're at 73%. I think like 5 minutes get there. 10. Uh, so finally they zoomed in on them. Yeah, this is great. Oh, I wonder if they heard me. Did you see that? They jumped up. They were like, I wonder if they hear the audio. Like the gorillas in the cage or behind the glass. When the people touch the glass, the gorillas come like, and look at you. But I wonder if they, instead of like the wolves being behind the glass, like they have audio. They can hear. They heard me. These are beautiful ones. Look at that. Holy crap. Wow. I hope they put in a description when their feeding time is, because I'd like to see what they eat other than each other in the wild. Oh, wow. Look, they're cuddling. That's really cool. That's nice. Okay, so at least we got a little something. At least we didn't get their butts, and we got like some real interaction. Like you need to move that have that camera. Have you ever seen the greyhound races? How the rabbit is on a track? We should have that camera on the track so that it can just re-rotate as needed to the correct area. Because if that's all they're gonna do, I could look at that, check in every now and again on my lunch break and see their faces. It's cool. I don't want to see their butts. I mean, of course, I don't, yeah, especially at night, right? If their camera has night vision, people are going to be coming in and be like, what is that? Oh, looks like some creature. All I see is the. But here we are. This is what we want to see. Yep. Sweet. Anyway, for those of you who are just watching, we're watching the wolves, which is really cool. Um, wait, did you hear that? Oh, we get audio too. Wow, you can hear the wild like what? Huh. So they don't need blankets because they self-regulate, you know? Making sure I got my keys. Um, make sure if you do something crazy like this, people know um, you know where you are. Um, it's really know where you are. Like I don't recommend going and exploring. Like I know where I am. If I lost my phone, compass, etc., I know which way is north, south, east, and west based on the mountains and where I am. I've been here many times. Been here a lot. I just didn't know as I was hiking. Let me look at the map. That didn't know as I was hiking that I was passing by all these places, which was amazing. I want to go back. I have to go back. How could I have missed that? Really? It was done back for a reason. And now they're back on the maps, which is really cool. So like it's amazing how maps keep changing. But this is nice. I like that they changed the positioning of the cameras so we can get uh, you know look at them as they react to nature. Like so that we heard a sound and we saw them uh, you're lying about the wolf. No, no. Yeah, I think it's taking some time to catch up, Bob. Either that or they gave me hold on, I'm gonna take a picture of it. So we'll share with you on the next screenshot that Bob has a different view, or it hasn't caught up yet. Like literally. It's just taking some time for it to catch up. But yeah, no, I don't know what they're feeding you these days. We're gonna feed you to the wolves. Uh, just kidding, but yeah, I don't know, but you see, remember this is a pilot program. This is like a new, a new experience that YouTube is creating, where you can live react to content. Uh, so I want live react to content that they're watching. You ever see those videos of me watching someone else watching a movie, and you get to see my reaction, kind of like that. Except you see my reaction. I'm like, I got no time to sit around and watch this. I gotta like, I like to keep moving, and I like to like, let's make a real adventure. Then, but the fish one, for the ones with the fish are really bad at. I remember I had fish, and I could just watch the fish tank all day. Hold on, let me check the map. We are golden. There's a loop right over here, the yellow trail. Okay, be careful where we are in case we get lost. Oh, nice. I just don't remember the road. I hope we have 4G. This is where I wish Starlink would come in. There was a backpack that you could put your Starlink on, and apparently, you know, maintains reception. It charges all your stuff at the same time. Um, Super chat. Bob's the best. I remember back in the days. So cool. I never thought I'd get a super chat. Like as long as I've been YouTube. I got a few. Market Bay sent me some back in the day. People drop in and sent me some back in the day. Um, just phenomenal. It's nice. Nice. Check the map. Apparently there's another mine on the way to Hamilton. Just looking to make sure that definitely doesn't go that way. Although you probably could go that way, but it's still gonna bring you back to where we wanna go. We wanna stay on the path. You wanna stay on the path and then come off the path when the timing's right. But if you're first exploring, that's why we have the waypoints. You download the WikiLoc app. The WikiLoc app is free. The WikiLoc makes the money from ads, advertisement, or like premium membership. In the beginning, it was ads, but now you have to like premium membership. Um, but I'm just checking, and it's great because it doesn't just have it has trails all over the world, all over. It's kind of like a GPS for cycling, but for this one is a GPS for hiking. Um, and then you become a contributor by sharing the money, but your waypoints, your adventures. Like if Bob went on a hike, Bob probably do a BMX ride. So if Bob went on a BMX ride, he would share that the waypoints and the trail, stuff like that. And when I go where Bob is, I would um I would download his waypoints. Oh, see, oh, here we go. Sweet. Where am I? You are here. And the mine is over there. Oh, this is new though. This wasn't here before. This section of the Three Lakes Blue Trail has been rerouted. It now leaves Sunk Mine Road here, passes the Denny Mine. Oh, wow. No, I don't want a Denny Mine. And rejoins the old route. No, we want the Sunk Mine. Oh, yeah. See? Denny Mine. We want that one. We want go big or go home. We want that one. And to get to it, you really have to know how to read the maps. The elevation, 1,000 feet here, which means that probably right on there is a little bit lower, and then how to orient from here to there, which is where we're gonna go. But we're gonna get to it from the trail, this trail, which is right off the side of the lake. Um, I hate that changing filament in the middle of a print. Buddy, if you don't know, when you're out in the forest, we're not changing any filament here. We're gonna be, I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, we're not changing anything except our diapers. Wait, I think did I make a wrong turn? I'll know if I made it wrong. I need to follow. We're good. We're going the right way. Yep. Because basically it loops around the lake. So that I remember. I remember the loop. What's so funny, man? It's funny when you send these emoji things, right? And I'm at my computer and I look at your comments. Um, it writes out what the experience is instead of showing it. It's really weird. Let me just go back to the time when I had done this. That seems so far. Like, why does it seem so far to get to this mine? Remember, in the day they didn't have a car. They had little buggies and horsepower. Uh, he likes trails that way. But remember, they rerouted it. A lot of this has changed. This wasn't here before. I swear I do not remember any of this. But I do remember going around the lake. I do remember coming here with my wife and her best friend. I don't remember coming here with my kids, but they want to see it. So ideally, if I do take my kids here, I have to know where it is. Just come uh in the early, like in the morning, get here at 9. Because they'd be like, "It's too far. I'm so tired." They'd be like, they get here, right about here, and they'd be like, "That's it. Can we go home now?" And they'd be like, "We just got here. What do you mean?" And they'll feed you to the wolves. Oh, finally, there's oh look. Ah, so it is a natural. Wow, look at that. It's like a zoo of like some sort of habitat where they live, where people live too. So it's not really the natural environment, but they've created. They could be domesticated. They could buy have like doggy doors there. Oh, there go the white ones. These are beautiful too. But the other ones look more intimidating. Wow. Yeah, they could have doggy doors there. Those wolves could be domesticated. You ever see those videos where the people have, oh, I think I see it. People have they domesticate like wildcats, domesticate those ones that go. The ones I forget what those are called. And the ones who domesticate lions, but eventually they wind up getting eaten by the lion or whatever it is they have in their home that should be out living in the wild. So this is nice. And then remember, this is Old Denny Road, right? So eventually, when they took all the stuff out of the mine, they they had to bring it back. Get all of them. So when they say look for the telltale signs of the mines, usually it's stuff like this. Like you can tell little man-made rocks. See the little stone wall over there? And then usually there's probably something down in there, but no one for no reason would make a retaining wall along the side of the mountain. I think this one is one of the other mine, but all we see is a hole. But we want the money shot. I'll take you guys here to this one before we get to the big one, the big guy. You gotta watch out where it's nice and moist because the snakes like this moist area. So just watch your step. Oh yeah, this is one of them. Okay. This was the first one on the map. This one's not really anything though. You'd be like, "Woo, we want our money back." Whoops. So it starts in there. Whoops. And then it goes all the way down in here, and that's all we got. Um, but this isn't really this is like very blah. This is like that's it. That's me. That's how I felt. I wish I had my walking whoops poles. All right. Get back up. That's when they say telltale signs of mine. And you can tell a lot of people are going up there. You see the track, but it's like a fake out. So like that's it. But people usually stop there out of excitement, pray there aren't any snakes or rattlers. They like that moistness. Um, so hopefully we haven't seen any wild, but it goes all the way along in there. Um, and then I guess and here goes some more telltale signs of the mind close by. Look for, I'll show you. Telltale signs of the mind. See that pile over there? Hold on. See, there's like a pile of rocks all along here. See those piles of rocks? Rocks there. It's all pile. Like, wait, why are there piles of rocks in the middle of nowhere? Because when they were excavating, they just dumped them on the side of the mountains. So you got to learn to look for those signs. Or those signs, you're close by. They were digging somewhere, but nowhere to be found. And remember, there's overgrowth, and you got an implosion over there on that side of the mountain. They don't want anybody in there. Usually when they close. Um, but I think now soon we will be going off trail. All right. Uh, I thought you were gonna. I thought you were going to a mine, not a ditch in the forest. Oh, we're going, not a ditch. Uh, the forest. Yeah, that was more like a ditch. Justice. I'm following along the side of the road where the hills have eyes. All right, so soon we'll be going into the woods. Let me just check the map. There's like a little foundation over there, probably where they would cook. I'll take you guys to Doodletown next time. Like, uh, anyway, it is quite a bit of ways away. I don't remember it being so long. Ah, Hamilton Mine, 483 feet. Okay, so I think we just passed the Hamilton Mine. So the GPS is off, but I have the waypoints on there, which is great. I'm following. Oh, so maybe this is it here. I haven't been, well, as you can see, like I was telling you, it just loops around. But I don't really want the Hamilton. Maybe we'll check out the Hamilton on the way back. Hamilton is very blah. And you have another retaining wall over there. A lot of stonework. But we want the sunk mine. That. Oh well, look. Oh yeah, over here. Check it out. There's one over here. Just an entrance though. But don't worry. We're gonna bring you to the big stuff in a bit. Some water if you're thirsty. I don't think even if you sent me a super chat for $1 million, there's no fucking way I'm drinking that. No. um, but I don't know. People do crazy shit. Like we'll leave this for the hikers. Okay, so here's one entrance over here, but it's closed in. Looks like the wolf's den, right? So but don't worry, we're gonna find the sunk mine in a bit. See? This one's mostly under the water. This one's flooded. See? Hamilton mine, but it's closed off. Can't get in. Kind of reminds me of the wolf den that we just saw. But don't worry. And then you can see if you look closer, they imploded it, but there are rails from the where the tracks. I can't zoom in. Whoops. Um, but you can see the railroad where they had the little cart, but now it's all underwater. But the sunk mine. Oh, hopefully. Remember, it's been a while since I've been there. Hopefully, they didn't do the same thing to the other mine. Oh, someone just passed. Could always ask him. And then this keeps going that way. Um, don't worry. Come on, Lou. drink that, man. Don't drink. Don't drink the water. I don't know, maybe. Water purification tablets. I have them, but they're at home because I wasn't planning this today. But we're not doing a crazy hike. There it is. Drink me. Be like Alice in Wonderland. Wake up somewhere. All right, so that was that one. That Hamilton mine. They're like, what was that? That was like, come on, I want my money back. Bob's like, I want my money back for the super chat. What is that? No. Stop is the sunk mine. All right. I love this app. See all these little property lines, these little retaining walls that they built back in the day. Really cool. Come on, wolves, wake up. We've got more exercise in than you did during the day. All right, let's see. Well, at least I know I can stream from the phone. Stream phone. It's shaky. Mhm. Another trail that goes up there. But we're going that way. The trail loops around too. You lost the trail. It says I lost the trail. Just like our witch project. It's all right. Really can't get lost because we're on a road. So that's the best part. This will take us back to the car. Um, tricky part. Look, I'm using my own waypoint trail to get to where I once knew where to go. Literally, you can't make this shit up. The guide who lost his way got eaten by wolves. For those of you who just got here, I can tell you that you are still in the woods. Yeah, we're still in the woods, but now we're going back on the other trail. I don't know how this happened, but it could be a map thing. Oh God. So I believe we're gonna go. Remember, it's been forever. But I watch out. Usually the coral snakes like part too. Again, I hate snakes. All right, we're back on the trail, and yay! It says we're back on the trail. But I always say never rely on the maps. Should have known. It's been forever. At least now, the next time I come with the kids, we don't have to worry about them getting eaten by the wolves. We can, um, we'll know where we're going. We're like, wow, Dad's really smart. Dad really knows what he's doing on the trail. My daddy took me on the trail for an adventure. Little do they know, Daddy had to scout it out first. Daddy didn't know what the fuck he was doing the first time around. Yeah. I used to do that back in the day anyway. Before I would go on a hike with like a meetup or a group, I would scout out the trail beforehand, see what it was like, and then yep, this part doesn't seem so familiar. And then, go. This way, if I wanted to bail out and go back home, I could be like, I'm done. I'll see you guys later. I know my way back. Um, let me check the map again. Hold on. I could always take you to that one next time. Sasquatch something. You might be able to see it from the car. It's like a um, big thing of Bigfoot. Okay. So aside from murky water, oh look, um, all right, I think I know where we are. Mhm. Yep, sweet. All right, so this is where things get a little tricky. Sunk mine, 492 feet. Yep. All right, gents, get ready. Um, give me a second though. 1 second. Okay, we're almost there. This is where things get a little tricky, where you want to. The good thing is, if we go further up, we will see um some of the remnants slash remains of it. And you know that you can't go too high, because otherwise you'll be on top of the mountain, which is great for us for reception. Now it's all coming back to me. I remember. Okay. One moment, please. Hold on. Remember, look for the telltale signs of the mine. Telltale signs mean retaining walls, rubble, stones stacked on top of stones, right? That look like they were put there. All right, I'm leaving the trail. And remember, you know, so this one's easier because we know the way back to the trail is down. Um, so you can't get lost. Because if you keep going down, you're gonna wind up back on the trail. My biggest fear is never getting lost. My biggest fear are snakes and wild wolves, bears, mostly snakes. You know, because it's springtime. I think the wolves. No, I'm thinking, I don't know. Hopefully they ate, or they've eaten. I don't. Oh look, wherever the wolves are, it's snowing. Wow, and look, they're just sitting comfortably wherever they are. I'm gonna get on. There's another trail where they had sunk mine 103 feet. All right, so you see, this is telltale signs. So now we have to assess. See the telltale signs, the little stones, gravel, and take a look back. There's our trail way down there. Remember, you can't really get lost because if you keep going down, you wind up back on the trail. But there are some hikes where they have to use the map and do some orienteering with the compass, the sight, and stuff like that. I remember one time I spent hours in the woods, not lost, but off trail, looking for one of the mines. I just couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden, I was off by a few feet. I kept walking around it. I think it was called I forget the name of the mine. Somewhere up on the other side of the mountain. It's in the book. Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. Not yet. We still have to, so it goes deep in there, but we still have to walk up a little bit to the main entrance. But, whoops, don't drop your phone. I gotta hold on to my phone. Although I'm thinking of getting a new tripod thing. You see? Telltale sign of the mind. Whoop, almost dropped my phone. But we're not there yet. Need to just fix this tripod thingy. Definitely gonna get a new one. Especially if we're taking the show on the road. Right? Because if we go somewhere and we can't fly the drone, we just live stream with some other animals. So it's like a match, right? Den versus the den above and the den below. Just too bad. Oh yeah, we can zoom out. See? Telltale signs, and those rocks were stacked by hand. But just because you see telltale signs doesn't mean there's a mine nearby. It could be they were just excavating to make a retaining wall. But you would think that was it. If it's your first time here, you just don't know. Then you just be like, all right, I'm going back now. But Charles, so we have another trail over here that brings us. There are many mines, hundreds of mines around. You get lost. This one you can't really get lost in, but there's a boat that you have to take, if the boat's still there, that you have to take across. And as you can see, this is all we got right now going that way. But if you look straight down there, it looks like a little den. But we're not going in there. Where we're going, just giving you guys the gist of it and how they carved their way into the mountain. There it is. Sweet. All right. To some extent, unless they closed it. What if they closed it? They might have imploded it. They may have closed it. What, please? That's weird. I don't see it. Where's the way? We'll go back. I don't think they closed it. They may have. Through this here. It's all coming back to me. Maybe you guys can Google it. I feel like the sunk mine is closed because I don't remember that. I do remember the entrance being over here. So weird. Maybe they imploded it because they didn't want people like me going in here. Huh. One moment, let me check the map. Walk with Lou in the forest went well. entrance is a little further up. We gotta go a different way. Whoa. Whoops. Break your stuff. It'll be like in the horror movies. The girl who breaks her ankle. It's like, oh, I just help me. Oh no, I can't go anymore. You have to save yourself. The wolves are coming. Oh, the den looks pretty cool. It's amazing how we're looking for the den entrance while we're being shown a den entrance. So the entrance is a little bit further this way. So, years since I've been here. But we stay on trail, stay on track, we will be fine. Nice that we can see the trail from a distance. But my biggest fear is not losing the trail, is going off trail and accidentally stepping on grass. That's the only thing I fear. See, like now we're going on this path that was created many moons ago. Here, back in the day. Life in Minor was hard too. Life expectancy was really short, between 30 and 40. We were lucky. Maybe you lived until 50, until my age now, where you know, now life expectancy is what, 120 or something like that. I don't know. There's our entrance. You'll know if you've gone too far if you start walking and you look down and you see the deep into the mine, which is a couple hundred feet. But they're small holes just to let air in, not holes that you probably could fall in, but not anywhere near where I'm walking. Um, think, see it. Yep. I think, I'm not sure. All right. Whoops. Don't break the stuff. Okay. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. All right. I don't know how the hell they carried the shit out of here though. Like, considering it's all done by hand. Just gotta go down a little bit more with descent. Make sure we don't get eaten by wolves. And this is it. You would never know this shit was here. Literally. We did it. All right, now we just gotta watch out. Whoa. All right, we make these videos so you don't have to. It's beautiful. It's amazing that this was actually hand carved. Like they like literally. Uh, this part might be a little bit tricky, but you gotta go up here, right? And then I may have to drop my phone, but better the phone than me. But one moment, please. If I can just, like wearing white. All right. What will be? Oh, whoops! Don't break your step. We're on an adventure. All right. Whoops. All right. It's tricky but doable. Nothing too crazy. Not as bad as it looks. Oh wow! Someone put a rope here. So we're not going to go into mine, but the rope to help you. I would not trust any line. If you see it, leave it because you don't know what it will bring down, you know? So, and this wasn't planned. So if you ever, I know where I am. If you do this, use boots. In case you accidentally step on something. If you're gonna go in, probably midsummer, where it's warmer. When it's warmer. Again, my biggest fear is not getting lost. Freaking snakes. Here we go. Sweet. And there we are. Yay! We found the entrance. Again. Well, I can't go in because I don't have boots on, and there's ice and snow, and it's slippery. But so you got to be able to climb back out, and not with my. See how there's snow, but it goes all, and there's a boat at the bottom. If I had boots on, I would, but I'm wearing sneakers, so good luck getting out. And there's still ice, so I would go. You see those little things holding the walls together. Again, it's too cold. It's beautiful in there, though. There's a boat you take to get across. I can't go in because it's all like a big sheet of snow and ice right there. If the snow was melted where that log is, that's the log you use to help get out. That will get you out as you climb out. You can still climb out by from this corner over here on that side. But the picture you get is phenomenal. So that's it. Today we were going to become a monk. Today we were going to become what? A skeleton in the mine. It's beautiful though. Like when you take a picture from the other side. But again, we can't go in. It's all ice, and we got to start heading back. Look, we're at like 40%. So I might have to stop the stream. I cannot find my way back. So yeah, We've moved more than those wolves. Usually there are signs here, but I haven't seen any signs. That's weird. Except, worried about. Again, if you ever see a rope, pull the rope, because you do not know what it's attached to, how old the rope is, and whether or not it will hold you, right? And put your fate. That's why, or bring your own. Then you know. But you don't need a rope to go in there. But you do need boots and old clothing, not dressed in white like me. And some nice entertainment. Wolves in the background. So now we're just going back up. So here's the rope right here. Save yourself. Except it's attached. Something up there. We pull it. But I can see what it's attached to. You never know. Oh, this is to climb back out. This could be like a 57 degrees north. I use the rope or take the trail. You guys decide. Let's see what you guys say. Use the rope or take the trail. Choose your own adventure. The rope, it's pretty snug. It's attached to a root inside of the mountain, which is good. Use the rope. Come on, guys. Help me out here. I guess it's take the trail. It's a little slippery with that. Anyway, if it was dry, I'd use the rope. But since it's wet, better to go back the same way we came, to some extent. If I can just somehow save yourself, Luke. And then we just start the ascent back up. Remember, we gotta go up again. So it's a climb out, but then we go up and then down again. Because that's the hardest part, to get out. Especially when it's wet and slippery, you know. That's why you need walking poles. But I've been here many times. I got more of a workout than those wolves. Literally. Ooh. Look down. Sweet. Oh. Implosion. Over there. We're back on one of the trails. This is the trail that's off the beaten path. Not the one that we want. Ooh. You ever listen to what Swedish Forge says? Hold on. Let me get to where I need to. It's gonna descent down. And I'll read some of the comments. That took a lot out of me. It's not every day you plan on conquering the mountain. It's been a while since I've gotten out, because I'm usually inside the studio, you know? Not dancing with wolves. Once we get back onto the main trail, I will Read the comments. Because remember, we have to go off a trail and then on trail again. Sweet. Almost there. Every day we're on a trail, but it's not the one we want. There's that implosion. Another one. I don't know if people did it back in the day. There was no GPS. You know, you basically wung it. You know, you had to wing it. And you want to make sure your phone is charged too. Otherwise, you'll be eaten by not these wolves, but a different wolf or bear. I think bears are vegetarians. For now, you know, with all that's happening with global warming, it's hard to tell. You know, anything with two legs, anything moving, anything with a heartbeat is food. Literally. I'll make that up. Whoops. And if you lose your way, just find your way back to the Hamilton mine. Whoops. You know, and you'll be all right. And check the map. Sweet. Yeah. I know, right? Rabbit squirrel. All right, read some of the comments. First monk, then mountain climber, all in one day. It says Swedish Forge. You're starting to get short of breath. You're out of shape. Yeah, I know. I need to get back on the bicycle. My season for getting back into shape starts about now and then ends in November, maybe December, because sometimes winters are like this, warm. Then I'm pretty much sedentary, like these wolves that we see in the video, right? And you know, I'm out of breath, out of shape. I might look thin, but don't be fooled. I remember watching this documentary about people out of shape and in shape. They called me a tofu, I think it's called, where you're tall, thin, and skinny, and fit. But when they draw your blood work, you're like out of shape. And then you have someone who's like overweight and better blood work results than me. You know, but I'm still my blood work's right there. You know, to some extent, but physically, as you can tell, I'm out of it. And this would be the Denny mine. See the Denny mine, which one's better? We'll come back to the sunk mine once that ice is melted and we can climb out, you know, with our hands. Maybe I'll have a better iPhone like tripod adapter by then. And there are lots of mines in this area, except that one's the deepest one because that one goes, I think, over 2,000 feet in. So I don't know if we'll have reception. Well, I'll go as far in until we have reception. Yeah, this was the beginning. See, the Denny mine. You might get eaten. Yeah, you might get eaten by a squirrel or something because I don't know what these animals are eating nowadays, right? And there's a shortage of food. This log. Be careful with logs. Always step over them. Sometimes you have snakes under them. Snake, and you don't know your snakes, just assume all snakes are dangerous. And snakes like this, they love the rocks because it's nice, cool, and moist. And also the bark they like laying under there. But also when the sun beams down on the rock, it makes it nice and hot because they're big sunbathers. They love sunbathing. And that's why I hate snakes. I really, really do. They freak me out. Now, this is probably what the water's for. For people like me who are out of breath, you know what? I'm just going to drink some. Hell no. No. Maybe if I had water purification tablets. Well, they say when you drink water from the stream, always drink upstream because then you have a guarantee that you're not drinking someone's pee who was actually hiking way up there like me and decides to go pee. And then you show up here out of shape like me in your car and you're like, you know what? I want to drink from the stream. It's all natural and fresh. Yeah, about that. So we go here, there's some other hikers. I don't think they're going into the mine. They're too old. That's why you want to do it now. Because like in 5 years, I think I'm going to be like them. And we'll be talking about how I used to explore mines. And then we go back in again. But we have this video as memories. Hey, how are we? Hello. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's like misty. Yeah, yeah.
Enjoy the day.
You too, it's okay. Swedish Forge is like the mine. And now that's it. Now we're walking back to the car. It's kind of neat when you see other hikers in the woods. They're always like, hi. They always say hello. They're like, have a good day. You know, they always say hello. Now, if I go into town and see those same two people walking, she's probably going to hold her bag tighter and they're going to walk faster when they see me. Well, when they first saw me, I'm like, that's nice. Hi, mister. Hello. You know, let's see what happens when we see them in town. Who's that now? No. Quick, honey, hold on to your bag. Anyway, this is nice over here, though. I wouldn't go in there. You'd probably get a bad case of Giardia, but oh wow, it's like a dead carcass of something. Yeah, that's a telltale sign too. So it's really nice. This is probably where they had lunch. They would take a break, right, from their mining excavation. Um, yeah. Lou, are you a forest mutt? Yeah, I am. Back in the day, I'm definitely not a beach mutt. I don't. The beach is okay, but there's only so much you can do on the beach, right? Yeah. But no, today we were supposed to see the wolves, and then we were supposed to fly the drone over the monastery, and Mr. Lee got fired for letting people do that. So I was like, you know what? While we're here, the show must go on, right? Like literally, the show must go on. I was like, how can we keep this going? I was like, oh, I'm living here. I've been here before. Let's keep when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Otherwise, you would have never known this. Like if Mr. Lee was there, we would have given him $20. He would have let us fly the drone. Now I could go back there. I could go from the road, which is public, and then fly over it. The problem is you can't take off from private property without someone's permission. And given that the location, you have to drive in and be let in, it's beyond visual honest. I wouldn't see the drone. We'd be winging it, and I can't do that, especially on a live stream. The FAA could be watching. Watch that, Lewis. Watch what he does. We're gonna catch him. I don't know. I don't do anything crazy like that. Wow, like that. Who's that guy? That Philly guy, Philly drone guy. And it was weird because apparently people sympathized with him and felt bad for him. They felt like he was being targeted. It reminds me of those women who married the axe murderer. You don't know him like I do. The guy freaking broke every law in the book, including one was flying in the ring. You know, well, like too far, man. He's so far, but you can't. So don't worry, we'll still have our live streams. We'll still get the people complaining. We're just gonna get on the street. That's it. That's all we can do. Unless we go into like a cornfield. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Where are the circles in the corn? Anyone know if they're in this country? Because if they are, I'll drive there. As I was driving today, I was thinking of going to Montreal, visiting the guy at the DJI store who offered to buy my stuff. So we will sell it all again, uh, only because something happens to my Mavic 5 Pro. The insurance will cover it, but I've had so many drones that eventually, even if you never crash your drone, um, the threshold of its life expectancy goes kaput. Either a motor will give, the gimbal might give. On one of my ever Mavic drones that I never crashed, the lens sensor gave, but thankfully on that one, the DJI store in New York City bought it and gave me credit for it. And what I bought with that, I think another bottle or something. So as much as you love your drone and want to hang on to it, it's not worth it. You have to cut your loss and say goodbye. And then, maybe, and save the money like I did. I saved it, hold on to it until a new drone come out. But I'm for sure I would sell the drone, but keep the RC Pro 2. Because in 3 years, 4 years, it'll still work with if the drone ban gets lifted with whatever drone that comes out. Or maybe not. But even if it doesn't, someone's always going to want that remote. Because if you go back and look at the RC Pro, which is the black one, it lasted a good many years. And the reason why I bought these bulls move yet, we have more action going on than these guys over here. The reason why I bought the RC Pro 2, because if you go to the DJI website and look up the RC Pro, I believe in 2 years or 3 years, or however many, if you go on the website, look at the bottom, it tells you when it's going to be discontinued software updates from that. And that's why I bought the RC Pro 2, because I didn't want to have a brick. Not because it was like the latest and greatest remote controller for your drones. Because if you watch our Friday night flights, we had better reception with the RC Pro than the RC2. Well, but it is what it is. So we'll enjoy it while we can. We'll still have Friday night flights, but until because I don't want to be left with a brick, like something I can't use, or can't be serviced, right? Let's say if I crashed it back in the day, I would send me a shipping slip and I have a new one on its way, and then for $200, I think, whatever it was, for the replacement. So yeah, unless someone comes out, I'm not like these other guys, like, oh, DJI is the best. They are. Oh, Skydio is the worst. not using Skydio because they're monopolizing everything. Who cares? As long as the shit works. And it does and did everything previous drones did. Have fun, you know? Like don't eat burgers because they're lean meat. I don't know. Anyway, it's still we just passed the area. I'll go back and show you. Um the first map. Remember in the beginning, for those of you who were watching, me and the wolves, I was like, we're here. And then nope, it was like a fake out. We're not here. Oh, we're here. Nope, it was just a map. And we're back where we were. We're here. Soon we'll be back to the car. Yeah, I'm not sure the kids could handle that one. But they might. But I wouldn't take them in there though. I would just take them to the and it has to be on a dry day when the leaves are crumbling so that they could you know, find their way out, not slip and slide their way out. Where the fuck are these wolves? I like the other ones. They need a camera on the other side so that we can see them when they're lying the other way. But it's amazing how they're able to switch camera. They got a better fucking stream than me. Can you believe that? Like, look, they have their feed, but maybe, well, their stream is stationary, so I can't speak too highly for that because once you start moving, then you will get the gist of things. Blue, you are a forest nut. Yeah. Mr. Lee, we should light a candle for him. We should go back to the monastery. And you know how everyone's lighting incense for their loved ones or people who have passed on? We need to light a candle or an incense for Mr. Lee because the days of flying the Chuang Yen Monastery are over. Bummer. It is what it is, right? But these rules, Meshi won't let you upload. Yeah, people are having trouble to show live. A troubleshooting video on how to make a big video. All right, we're almost there at our car. Longer than I expected. At the beginning, I'm like, oh, it's right over here down the road. I guess when I was younger, you hear that? That was creepy. Definitely wild that. Yeah, like a wild documentary. Yeah, so this was good though. See, I even told the woman that myself. But she said there was someone else there who I would have to have asked if it may have led the Dashan. So, yeah, I don't know. I hate the ones that are like all spiritual, cleansing, follow me, and be good. All I want to do is take a picture with my drone. Like, no drone, no, goodbye, sir. Like what? What happens if this is supposed to be a Buddhist monastery where everything's supposed to be Zen? You know, it's more monopolized now, which is fine. I have to make money, but Mr. Lee knew what he was doing. Mr. Lee was milking it. Like if they did the same thing, they'd put Mr. Lee out of business. But yours. That was creepy. Did you hear that? And the car's like right down there. Last thing I knew was going to go wild. Something. Being in the middle of the road. Going back to my car. Everything's a weapon. I remember I knew this guy who was a military sergeant. Ah, there we go. Thanks, Swedish Forge. There we are. And there was a dog. I don't know if I pressed it. No, so there we go. We're back. Yeah, there was a dog, a wild dog. Did you hear the barking or no? Peace. Yes. Made it back to the car. There'll be another nature documentary tomorrow with monkeys. Not sure where we can go with the monkeys though. Maybe Manhattan. You hear that? Uh, yeah, there was a. So there's some wild animals in the background. Okay. I wonder if these cameras are timed. You know, like. Did you hear that? That's it. It's the way the cookie crumbles, man. Anyway, not sure which stream we'll do tomorrow. I have to pick. There's one with the chimpanzees going live tonight. We'll see, because everyone's coming back tomorrow, and I have to get the place in tip-top shape to make it look like we don't live that way. You know, clean up. This was good. This was called the Sunk Mine, Hamilton Mine, and then we have the Dances with Wolves and their documentary up above. We were supposed to fly our drone in the Chuang Yen Monastery, but Mr. Lee was no longer there. You could fly over private property and transition over because they don't own the airspace, the FAA does. But because I asked, I needed to take off from there so I could maintain visual line of sight from my drone. Mr. Lee's no longer taking tips. I said he got fired. I wonder why. I'm like that little boy in the movie, standing in front of the Shaolin temple, waiting to become your Kung Fu master. But not anymore. Mr. Lee, or Master Lee. We'll just take this trail over here. Master Lee, we will light a candle for you tonight because those days are over. That's okay. This will bring us back to the car. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then those kung fu movies, they didn't wait in the rain, right? Like me, wait in the rain for them to open the doors, let me in. Not happening today. Ah, thanks, Big Irv. Big Irv said this is not okay. I'll do more of this. I'll take you guys. What the plan will be is, see, laws are changing. Like people see the drone guy as a deviant. The plan will just keep going to different destinations where we can fly our drone, hopefully. And if they say yes, you won't get this. But if they say no, with Mr. Lee or whoever it is that's there that we had to tip to, take our drone up into the sky, is still there. We'll just move on to the drone live stream from there. But it's a little bit of a bummer. That's another reason why you got to sell your stuff, because your days are numbered / limited. That even if they do a blanket TFR, they're going to blanket something where everyone's going to be like that Mrs. Chan at the monastery, where as soon as you said drone, she dropped her pen and pad and asked you to leave her office. But it is what it is. That's what you have to do anyway. But the guy who was there with her, the groundskeeper, said he usually just asks them to just land it. He sounds like the kind of guy like Mr. Lee would have passed the torch down to. I don't know. I'd have to run into him when, because I do go there. We take the family there and the kids. We go there once a year. I have to run into him when he's not in the office, but then that means putting my drone in the car. But anyway, thanks. I'm glad that you like nature, Big Earth. Maybe I'll take you to Doodletown next, and I'll share with you the history behind that. But Doodletown, there is a place where you can launch from. I'm not 100% sure. I would probably have to call West Point just to make sure. It's not on state property because no drones are allowed in state parks. They are allowed, but it's a $500 fee. You have to pay, get insurance. It's like flying in New York City. But I know there's a pier. I have to ask Jason where the pier is, where you can launch from, where it's public. But I don't know. I think it'd be best to stay away from West Point. Is there any military base near around this time with a drone? Unless you call them. I don't mind calling them because you're just calling to ask, and you tell them where you're going to be standing, and then they have to check with. They said they, if you see the last video, let me check with leadership, and then leadership will confirm or deny and say, nope, not recommended you fly from there. And West Point is closer to Bear Mountain Bridge than where we were in the other town. But we'll see. But anyway, we tried yesterday, nothing. But I want to go back out to Long Island to Montauk. I was able to take a picture at Montauk, but there wasn't really it was very cloudy. Dispatch said they were fine with it, but I wasn't able to live stream because it was just wet and it was really freezing. Back in my winter clothes again. Hopefully I can catch you next live. Yes, I'll be back next live. Um, I'll create a thumbnail and then put it in as a post so that you can plan around it. These kind of streams with the with wolves slash documentary, you get to watch nature. You can't really schedule this kind of stream, but I can post a thumbnail so that you guys will know when we're gonna do the chimpanzee, Jane and her monkeys, or whatever. There was a movie, Jane and something. So that's it. Hope that this video helped you. I'm glad you enjoyed this adventure. If you didn't see the adventure, you can scrub back. We actually explored an old mine, iron mines from back in the day. We couldn't go in because there was snow and the log was covered with ice. And it's pine too, so it's well preserved, except sharp. The pine wood is really sharp. So once that ice melts, we can go back and descent into the mine. Maybe send in the Avata. Send the Avata 2 in there. Put it in I don't know what mode, right? We can't lose reception with the Avata, otherwise we lose our drone. But yeah, that would be cool. But then you wouldn't be able to see the feed from the Avata until we got back. The Avata doesn't live stream very well. Anyway, but we'll try it again. We'll try it out in the field, and you guys tell me if the Avata streams well. It doesn't go ooh, ah, ah, with the audio. Ooh, ah. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. Thank you, Big Irv. We will be back with one of these nature sessions. But scrub back if you want to see what it looks like inside the mine. This is the Sunk Mine, upstate New York, from back in the day. We had other plans, but when life gives us lemons, we make lemonade. And see you, bro. See you, Swedish Forge. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Big Irv, ciao. Remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you all next time. Ciao. Goodbye, my friends.